Jiří Procházka versus Paulo Costa is in the works. Is this going to be for UFC Light Heavyweight interim gold, as Carlos Ulberg is potentially going to be out for another year due to that horrific injury he faced against this very man here, our very own, our very favorite samurai, Jiří Procházka. Listen, I'm still crying. I'm still sad over that loss that Jiří took. I'm from New Zealand, mate. I'm from the land down under. I am a big fan of Carlos Ulberg, seemingly one of 6 Carlos Ulberg fans that exists in this world. And I still wanted Jiří to win. And I was still heartbroken when he did indeed lose. Listen, I think he threw that fight away. That's a whole nother video. And maybe it's an analysis that is a little bit irrelevant now because it was quite some time ago. It was about 2 months ago. I'm still very sad. You know, it's like losing a child. It's extremely sad. But I think he threw that victory away. The idiot was pointing to the ground like, this must be honor. You know, he could have just leg kicked him from distance. And if he just made it to the stool, the fight would have been called off. But anyway, it's okay. That's the way it goes. Carlos won. Fair play. Great story for him. Jiří was sacrificed so we can have Justin Gaethje win. And so we can have Conor McGregor come back and win. Yeah, the notorious one. Jiří lost for a reason. He was our sacrifice to the MMA gods. But that's a whole nother video. Today, we are talking about this handsome gentleman, Paulo Costa, versus Jiří Procházka. I think it's going to be for interim gold. People are going to cry and people are going to say Jiří doesn't deserve another title shot. Mate, shut the fuck up, yeah? Shut your mouth. Jiří deserves as many fucking title shots as he can get. After that victory over Khalil Roundtree, he deserves about 3 or 4 fucking title shots. But I will say this, I am worried. I am worried for Jiří Procházka against Paulo Costa. I think Paulo Costa is a nightmare matchup for him. The kicks, the body kicks and the head kicks specifically. We saw him dropped by a head kick against Alex Pereira. And listen, Jiří is getting on a bit. He's still a young man. He's still young in this game, but he is a small light heavyweight. He doesn't really cut weight, and he has taken a lot of damage by guys who weigh like 230 pounds. So, Jiří Procházka versus Paulo Costa, expected for UFC 330. This is by Menace MMA HQ. They have been pretty accurate with predictions thus far. I'm going to favor... look, Paulo Costa's not got that insane power, but I said that about Carlos Ulberg, and Carlos Ulberg put Jiří to sleep pretty promptly with one left hook. But Paulo Costa's never really had that crazy knockout power, at least not at middleweight. He did knock out Muzakhanov, but that was a couple leg kicks. A couple head kicks, body kicks, and one which broke the arm, and Muzakhanov basically quit. But I will say this, right? Every time I open fucking Instagram, every time I open TikTok, get on the YouTube, and I look at a cheeky little Jiří Procházka, if it's not wholesome, it's straight autism, and he's always doing something. Look at this, mate. What the fuck is this, bro? So he's wearing booty shorts. Whoa, hold on now. He's showing off the, god damn. Shit, man. Pause. And he's walking into stinging. He's walking into stinging nettles. Bro, this guy needs to fucking join a gym, bro. What the fuck? He's shadow boxing and fucking stinging nettles, bro. A ceremonial strengthening with nettles to mark the end of spring and the beginning of summer. Bro, go to a fucking gym. Spar a guy. Do some body sparring. Do some drills on the bag, bro. What the fuck are you doing with your BJP shorts and your fucking BJP fucking sandals, mate? Looking like a knockoff fucking Jesus Christ, bro. Oh, gotta make sure you get the feet. Yeah, that's gonna really help you, mate. Like, I love this guy. I love this guy, bro. This guy's my favorite UFC fighter of all time. Maybe after the notorious one, who's gonna beat Max Holloway, by the way. He's one of my favorite UFC fighters of all time, and it just pains me to see him training like this. This is cool. This is great. This is phenomenal. It gets views. It's cool, bro, yeah? But it's not in the gym. It's not in the gym hustling, grinding, wrestling, training. Like, this guy could have beat Pereira in the first fight if he took Pereira down, if he used a little fight IQ. This guy could have beat Carlos Ulberg if he leg kicked from range and recognized that Carlos's leg was compromised. This guy is the fucking light heavyweight GOAT. If he used his brain that he somehow managed to get a master's degree with in a fucking UFC fight, for God's sake. You know, it just, like, bro, and it's all over his page. Like, his page is just full of him doing, like, outlandish, weird shit, and I get it, right? This is what's made him famous. This is what's, you know, got him brand deals, endorsements. But it's not what wins UFC belts, right? And he's only ever won the belt once. He's never defended it. I think he could have made a couple extra $1 million if he just invested in a bit of fight IQ in the stats, as opposed to autism, which he seems to be using at the minute. Hashtag roots of power. Mashallah. Every time I see Jiří, it reminds me of blokes like this. Like, this guy's some random geezer. This for all you know, this is fucking Jiří Procházka. If you squint your eyes, this is Jiří Procházka. This is Jiří Procházka's training methodology. For all you know, tell a casual fan this is Jiří Procházka and they will believe you. This is the type of training Jiří be doing in the woods. Listen, he's got a daughter now. I do worry for his brain health. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Interesting fight. I think Jiří needs to lock in. I think he needs to do some real training. I think he needs to go to a better gym, in all honesty. He reminds me a little bit of Paul Craig, but with a lot more talent. You know, Paul Craig training in Scotland, you know, like, Jiří's in the Czech Republic. There's no names out there. You know, he's the only name. How many big guys are out there in the Czech Republic? How many light heavyweights? He needs to go and train with some monsters. Because training in, like, this ain't it, bro. Like, we love you, Jiří, but this ain't it. Like, stinging nettles on the armpits, bro. Like, cool story. Oh, yep, in the nuts, yep. I'd rather not. I mean, you gotta love this guy, yeah. You gotta love this guy, yeah. But, you know, he needs to do some other stuff. He needs to go out there. He needs to start training in the gym. He needs to join, like, American Top Team. He needs to start putting in the rounds with some of the best of the best, because iron sharpens iron. And imagine how good Jiří would be if he was in a proper gym with a proper training schedule. And if he dropped down to middleweight, I think he should drop down to middleweight. That's another video. But top 10 fighters that need to change UFC weight classes immediately, Jiří is number 1 on that list. The bro walks around at light heavyweight. I think he said he meditates to cut weight. Like, he just thinks about it and he loses weight. So he definitely needs to go down a weight class. But more importantly than that, he needs to invest in some fight IQ, and he needs to train with some guys that are gonna show him technique and, you know, drills that are gonna train his fight IQ so he can actually use that in a fight and not get flustered. And listen, I really hope he learns from that Carlos Ulberg fight. I really hope he learns from it. But, you know, against a guy like Paulo Costa, he's going to need to be sharp. He's going to need to be turned on, if he's going to stand a chance. But I do think he has a very good chance at beating Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is, you know, he's solid, but he's going... You know, he's had some stinkers out there. You know, he lost to Whittaker. Whittaker's a very good fighter. But he lost to Whittaker and he got out-techniqued by Whittaker. And his power is not all that. His power is, even at light heavyweight, you know, he looks like he should be knocking everyone out by just looking at them. But he doesn't really have that track record. And Jiří's shown to be able to take a punch. And if you haven't got crazy knockout power, he can usually wade through that storm. But will he be different after that Carlos Ulberg beatdown? We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Whoa, why we zoomed in on that bubble? Okay, I'll see you boys later. God bless.